We are currently witnessing events that suggest that the global currency reset is about to begin or has already begun. From stock market pauses, increased inflation, devaluation of currencies, and rise in digital currencies, all this suggests that we are in a crisis that needs urgent stabilization. So, what does this mean? And how will this affect the crypto world in general? Stay tuned till the end of the video to find out. But first, we are giving away 50 XRP coins at the end of the month to one random subscriber to start on their XRP journey. All you need to do is to like the video, subscribe and comment your thoughts on XRP in the comment section. Welcome back XRP Army. All listed equities in Turkey were recently halted as a result of severe drops in the market as people sold stocks and turned to invest in cryptocurrencies as the lira fell to an all-time low. After the Borsa Istanbul 100 index plunged as much as 7%, trading in equities, equity derivatives, and debt repo transactions was automatically halted twice in an hour. In the first 2 minutes of trade, the index was down as high as 9.1%, according to data from the New York Stock Exchange, and this brings us to our main topic. What is happening? You will find all kinds of rumors and ideas explaining this type of behavior in various areas of the internet and the offshore world. A global currency reset is one of the recent ones that has been making rounds. It's important to address since misinterpreting market signals can lead you astray. According to the hypothesis, the USD would lose its status as a reserve currency, because the US is heavily indebted and becoming less competitive in comparison to resource-rich emerging countries. After all, a currency's value is a barometer of public confidence in the government's ability to repay debts. You don't have money if you don't have trust. Instead, you've got a gallery of long-dead presidents' portraits. If this happens, it will upset a system that has been in place for more than a century, with the dollar rising to prominence as a result of its former gold standard and American attempts to pick up the pieces after both world wars. The US maintains the value of its currency by guaranteeing that a large amount of global financial contracts, including OPEC's oil supply, are denominated in USD. But it has been undoubtedly failing lately. There is an average of 35 to 40 years before international monetary systems need to be replaced because of the tensions they engender. Many major economies relied on the gold standard prior to the outbreak of World War I. Most countries reverted to a semi-hard gold standard during the Second World War. The Bretton Woods Order was established at the close of the Second World War, with the dollar tied to gold and other significant currencies related to the dollar, a new worldwide system. As a result of the breakdown in the 1970s, the globe went on to a fiat system in which the dollar was not tied to a commodity, and was consequently unanchored. Now, it's time to say goodbye to this system. The commercial and central banks in this anchorless international monetary system have produced an endless supply of liquidity. As a result, global regulators and central banks have mainly ignored monetary aims and money supply expansion in order to facilitate the process of a financial crisis. One of the most notable examples of this is the tremendous expansion in mortgage debt throughout the world's major nations. Rather than a scarcity of available homes, as it is commonly assumed, the primary driver of rising house prices in recent decades has been the abundant and rapid increase of mortgage debt. It's also important to note that this is a major contributor to today's widening gap between the generations. If it can be solved, it will have a huge impact on the healing of Western cultures. To put it another way, this is a good time for the major economies of the West, and perhaps the world, to sit down and come up with an international monetary system that is more equitable. Debt cancellation should be part of this effort, especially sovereign debt owned by central bankers. There is an estimated $25 trillion in global government debt. Debt cancellation should be at the center of discussions among policymakers on the design of the new system. Authorities should agree on some sort of anchor, such as linking each country's currency with an electronic reserve asset like the International Monetary Fund's SDRs. The most major shift would be the creation of a serious alternative to the dollar, and perhaps, over time, even a replacement. It's not hard to imagine a global reset now that all major central banks are considering inventing and testing central bank digital currencies. It's no wonder that inflation is starting to pick up with ever-increasing amounts of money in circulation. Though the majority of central bankers believe this is a one-time occurrence, not everyone agrees. Deutsche Bank has warned of a longer-term rise in inflation, citing the fact that major central banks have monetized 33% to 50% of government deficits. The sheer quantity of government indebtedness, as well as the undeniable fact of central bank financing, indicate that fiat currency debasement will continue. History will almost certainly repeat itself. Now, whom do you think will benefit from the fall of the fiat system? Before we answer that, let's take a look at what Ripple has been doing. Ripple announced its exclusive relationship with Xange, a sustainably run, United Nations, UN, recognized stocks exchange, in the most recent update to the XRP Ledger's development. On the carbon-neutral XRP Ledger, Xange plans to offer a carbon credit solution, XRPL. The issuance of tokenized carbon credits will be enabled by Xange's carbon credit solution on the XRP Ledger, which will follow the guidelines established by top industry working groups such as the Interwork Alliance, IWA, a global blockchain business council, GBBC, initiative, and the Task Force on Scaling Voluntary Carbon Markets, TSVCM. The Xange.com carbon credit solution on the XRP Ledger will be built on IWA's token taxonomy framework, which is used to create token standards, as well as its Interwork framework, which is used to define smart contract standards. Because Xange's purpose is to avoid unlawful financial transactions by enabling more anti-carbon emission activities utilizing blockchain technology, it also goes hand in hand with preventing illicit financial transactions. As a result, carbon accounting becomes more transparent, as double counting of emission reductions is avoided. By the way, do you think XRP will go to the moon? Let us know in the comment section down below. According to a press release from Xange.com, XRPL promotes Xange's anti-carbon emission objective by facilitating sustainable blockchain operations, as one of the first significant carbon-neutral blockchains. Xange has made a comparison between XRPL and proof-of-work blockchain networks, emphasizing XRPL's environmentally friendly features. This isn't the first time that XRP Ledger's long-term qualities have worked in its favor. Ripple established its $250 million creator fund earlier this year, by the end of the third quarter, to let developers explore novel use cases for NFTs on the XRP Ledger. XRPL was touted as a sustainable way to mint, buy, and transfer billions of NFTs because of its environmentally benign qualities. Rios, a visiting scholar at Harvard University, has structured much of her post-government career around investment in crypto. She serves on the board of directors of blockchain startup Ripple, as the CEO of real estate investment consulting firm Red River Associates, and as a co-star on the internet reality show, Unicorn Hunters, with Steve Wozniak and Lance Bass. Rio comments that she has one piece of advice for anyone wishing to invest in blockchain-based platforms or assets such as cryptocurrencies or NFTs based on her experiences. Rio says, "It's not only about the future, it's being used all around the world right now." Regardless of regulations, the crypto market is expected to continue to rise next year, after reaching a total value of almost $3 trillion for the first time in November. Microsoft, PayPal, and even Burger King accept cryptocurrencies in some manner. Others have made their intentions known. In November, a coalition of regulators, including the Federal Reserve of the United States, announced that next year, lawmakers will provide greater clarification on how banks and other large financial institutions will be allowed to handle cryptocurrencies. This, my friends, is the slow replacement of the fiat system, and Ripple will be at the forefront. And that's all for today's video. Did you like the video? Do you think the current system will continue to support us for long? And do you think that there is a possibility that cryptocurrencies will replace the fiat system? Comment below, let's engage. If you want to continue to know about XRP, we have got 2 videos waiting for you on the end screen to check out. Make sure to subscribe and give us a thumbs up. Thank you so much for watching. See you in the next video. Kindly note that prices of cryptocurrencies frequently change, so by the time you watch this video, it might have changed to a whole new value. The information provided in this video does not constitute investment advice, financial advice, trading advice, or any other sort of advice, and you should not treat any of the content as such. The content in this video is for educational purposes only and hence should not be considered financial advice. Do conduct your due diligence and consult your financial advisor before making any investment decisions.